Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to Hector's Kitchen, of course. But anyway, hope everyone's having an amazing Sunday. I just wanted to come in and bother you for a little bit. I'm meal prepping right now. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is a little thing that I started doing fairly recently with my chicken. And I wanted to share it with all of you to see if you guys want to try it, because one of the things that I found doing it this way, that it comes out very flavorful. And it's something that I really want you to try it out and tell me what you think. I would love your input. I'll wait for a few people. If you're on, if you're watching, just say hello. Just so I can know you're there. And we can get this moving. If not, I'll keep going anyway. So I'm going to show you guys how to prepare chicken. I already prepared 4 of them. I'm about to prepare the 5th one. And I'll show you how I do it from start to finish. I already lemoned them. I already added lemon to all of them. I have my broccoli over here. My broccoli's over here. My Indian sweet potatoes are in there. If you guys don't know about Indian sweet potatoes, woo, you better get some. You better get with the program. Indian sweet potatoes is where it's at. If you don't know, now you know. Right now. So, basically, let's see if you can see it. Can you see it? You can probably see it. If not, I'll bring it lower. So, check it out. So, I take the chicken. I usually use like 5 pounds of chicken, right? So, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it, right? So, what I do in this process, unless I can move it, maybe let me bring it closer. So, check it out. So, I have the chicken here, right, set up. So, what I do is, because it's like 5 pounds worth of chicken right here. So, what I'm going to do is that what I started doing is, let me just remove this real quick. You see this right here? There's slices that I put in here. There's lines. So what I do is I'm boiling them here. I'm going to do it on the broil option, which was recommended to me by a good friend of mine, to broil instead of baking. And it's like if you're actually making it outside in the grill. Pretty cool stuff. So, and it tastes really juicy when you're done. So what I do is that I make a line on each one. Make a line. I try to do like 3, depending on the size of the chicken. I cut out like 3 of them, 3 slices. So as I'm cutting them, I'm making it gapped enough to make sure that it cooks on the inside. So when you cook it on the inside, now I use Mrs. Dash for my seasoning. You guys could use whatever it is you prefer, as long as it's not adobo. We're good. Adobo is no bueno. If you don't know that, watch one of my other videos. It'll tell you all about adobo and how not good it is. And I season it up. The way I'm preparing my chicken is that once it's done, once it's complete, then I cut it to size, which is like between 4 to 6 ounces, depending on your preference. It all depends on your preference on how you want to make your chicken. So now, I'll bring you over to the chicken section. So now here, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 2 things to make them juicier and tastier. I'm going to be adding, I should have been a little bit more prepared, right? Teaspoon. Okay. So 2 things that I'm going to add. I'm going to be adding safflower oil. That has, I preferably bought this one because it's high on omega-9. It's the fatty acids. And I'm also going to be adding half a teaspoon of liquid aminos. but the trick is how I add it in. So now those gaps that I added is where I'm gonna add the liquid aminos and the oil. So when it's cooking, it's gonna marinate into the chicken while it's cooking. See what I mean? Pretty interesting stuff, right? Started doing this recently, and I gotta tell you, it's been such a big difference in the taste of the chicken. You don't want to overload it with amino acids because it could get very salty. So you want to keep it to the minimum of half a teaspoon. And then I add, obviously, the tablespoon of oil, as so. Boom. Spread it in there. Make sure it gets into the gaps so I can make sure that it gets married in there and it gets the best out of the taste from the oil. Because again, when I'm broiling it, I'm not cooking it in oil. So this is my way of still getting the oil that I need, which is I need fats. So the fats that I need, I'm getting it from this. It's pretty interesting. Have you guys tried this before? Have you ever done it this way? If you have, let me know. And that is how I prepare my chicken. So pretty much basic ingredients is obviously the chicken. I have this red thing here. I don't know what the name of it is. You get at Bed Bath & Beyond. It kind of like pokes in to the chicken so you can be able to cook it better while it's inside. And then I add the safflower oil. This one right here, I got it at Stop and Shop with the omega 9s. Liquid aminos, only 1 teaspoon. And I'm using Mrs. Dash as the seasoning of choice. And then what I do is, obviously I'm not going to do it now, but I will be putting it inside once the Indian sweet potato is done. If you guys, have you guys ever tried Indian sweet potato? Like if you haven't, you have to try Indian sweet potato. I'm telling you, it tastes really sweet and it's good. So that's where it is right there. Really good stuff. I usually bake it for 40 minutes. It's at 24. And then in the 24, what I do is that once it comes down to 15 minutes left, then I add the broccoli in it. So it's like they're all cooking at the same time and it's progressing at the same time. One of the things I'm a time person. I don't like to spend that much time in the kitchen. I don't know if you like to spend so much time in the kitchen, but I sure don't. So I like to make sure that everything goes in line with how I want to get things done and cooked. So once I do the broccoli, then I put the chicken in on the broil option. I put the chicken on the broil option, and I cook it for 20 minutes, 10 on one side and 10 on the other, and it comes out tender, delicious, juicy. Even when you reheat it, it still tastes just as good, which is, for me, is a big deal because I'm used to making them, but they don't stay juicy all the time. They usually get dried up. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's a good way of keeping them juicy at all times. So I'm also going to be making ground turkey. I'm making ground turkey. That I'm gonna actually make on the. If I could just throw away the garbage, right? That's what happens when you put too much in the garbage. I'm gonna be making it in the pan like this. So what I do here is I add just show you. All right, that'd be cool. See, I'm actually I'm not prepared because I wasn't prepared to go extra time. I just wanted to show you the chicken part. So since you guys are on, I might as well show you, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add oil to the ground turkey as well because this is another meal. It's not the same. So I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of oil to the pan. 2, 3. And then I'm gonna preheat it so when I put it in, it's ready to cook. I usually add like peppers and onions and all that stuff. So today I might just add peppers and onions. I might throw some spinach in there, but not much. And I usually season it with I put Mrs. Dash on everything. If you guys put Mrs. Dash on everything, I know I do. Trying to give you guys tips. You guys have any questions on like something that you might want to add? Listen, guys, I'm not perfect. I just consistent. I try to do as much as I could. Try to get things done. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm starting a new program next week. I'm starting a new program next week, which is going to be very effective. It's 22-minute hardcore. And I need to have my meals prepared for that. And making sure that my intake is going to be on the money, in other words. So my seasoning for this is on point. Sometimes I add a little sea salt too, if you guys want to add some sea salt. A little bit of sea salt don't hurt nobody. Because this particular ground turkey is very low in sodium. So if I add a little bit of sea salt, it ain't gonna affect it as much. So a little sprinkle here and there. I don't like to put too much, guys, seriously. I'm not gonna drown it. If you wanna throw some pepper, pepper's not bad. Works for me. And then you just mix it around. All I know is if you cook it right, it's going to be some good ground turkey that you're going to have. I wash my hands 1,000 times a day. I got to have my hands clean. Talk to me, guys. What do you guys do you guys meal prep? Do you all meal prep? Personally, I love to meal prep. It just makes my week easier. It makes my planning a lot easier because that's one less thing I have to worry about moving forward. Like if I ever want to meet up with any of my coaches, any challengers or anything like that, last minute I don't have to like go crazy and have to look for like food. It's already done. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this into the skillet. You want to spread it out too, and make sure you have like a spoon or a spatula, whatever you want, and start like making holes in it so you can start cooking on the inside as well. And I would cover it and just let it cook. Usually that right there, hey Jessica, that right there, just like you can leave it and it'll simmer up by itself and it'll cook by itself. All you gotta do is monitor it so you can steer it, you can stir it consistently to make sure that everything cooks. And the one thing about the ground turkey is that it always comes out juicy. You want that juicy. You don't want that stale or that, not stale, but like, you don't want that hard, ground turkey. Seriously, it tastes nasty if you do it that way. And the reheating part, not good. Right now, I'm at 17 minutes into the thing. So I'm just gonna add the broccoli. These are the broccoli. What I do is that these are Costco broccoli, and they're frozen. Broccoli is broccoli in my eyes. I don't know. So I just put it in here. And then what happens is that once I'm done with it and they're nice and soft, then I season it with something else. I want to make sure I season it with something else. So that's pretty much it. I'm also going to be doing, I'm going to boil the green beans. That's pretty much lunch and dinner, what I'm pretty much making right now. And that's pretty simple, guys. Like, don't overthink how to meal prep. Meal prepping is probably the easiest thing you can do for your life. It's gonna save you money. Like, who doesn't want to save money? If you think that people say that eating healthy is expensive. Eating unhealthy is more expensive than actually eating healthy. These meals right here that I'm making will average me at least $10 for both, maybe less. I'm rounding it off the top of my head, but between the chicken, the ground turkey, the green beans, the sweet potatoes, there's 7 sweet potatoes in there, 7 for 7 days. I paid, and I bought like 10 of them for under $5 at the Indian store. The chicken, I paid $7 for 5 pounds. Like, seriously, guys, do the math. The ground turkey, I believe, is under $10, and that's gonna last me for 7 days. The green beans, I think they're $6 for these 2. That's for 7 days. Yeah, and that's it. And the broccoli, it's like under $10. That's gonna last me all week. And the bag for the broccoli bag is this big. I get 2. I get 2 weeks out of 1 bag. So that's gonna help you save money right there. Understand that if you want to really save money, if you really truly want to save money on food, nutrition, and avoid the bad stuff on the outside, this is the best way to go. Take an hour or 2 of your day. Look, I've been on here for 17 minutes, and I'm going to be done in another hour. But in another hour, I'm going to be done for a whole week. So if that doesn't make sense, I don't know what is. If you guys are overthinking when you see my pictures of like a whole, like all these plates that I put out there about all the meal prep ideas that I put out there, it's not overwhelming. It's in your mind. You're so used to go to McDonald's, Burger King, the quick fixes, the vending machines and all that stuff. Guys, stop being lazy. Seriously, stop being lazy and cook. Seriously, if I learn how to cook, you can learn how to cook. Because this dude, my mom used to cook for me all the time, and I'm pretty sure your mom too. So I'm telling you right now, just take time, an hour of your day. We have a meal plan already set up. And the good thing is that our meal plans are set up to you. You pick your foods, you pick your options, and we'll just show you how to make them healthier for you. And it's not going to be hard. Like, don't overthink it. The one problem with people is that they overthink it so much that they don't even try it. And if they do try it, they don't give it the time and the effort that it deserves so that you can get the results that you want. So now, think of it this way. I just told you, less than $10 a day. I think maybe cheaper. So I would go with, if I had to guess on the 2 meals, on the whole week, I'll probably spend like $50. $50 on 7 meals. And I'm probably overpricing this right now. So imagine for 2 meals, for lunch and dinner, $50 times 4, that's $200 a month. Go look at your budget and tell me how much you're spending on eating out. I guarantee you that some of you are probably paying $500 to $1,000 on eating out during the week, and that's not counting going to restaurants in the weekend and making poor choices. And then not only are you making poor choices, but you're feeling bad. You're feeling horrible within yourself by making these choices. So if you want to become more health conscious, start making more health decisions and start buying right and stop buying expensive. Eating unhealthy, remember, it's extremely expensive. You may not think it is for the moment, but just because you're getting $1 menu, $3 menus, you know, that you probably eat that once a day and then you won't even eat again. What you're doing, you're destroying your inside of your body by only eating once or twice a day. You should be mandatory eating 5 to 6 times a day, which is every 2 to 3 hours a day. So I highly recommend that you get off your ass, get in the kitchen, and learn how to make these simple meals. Like this chicken, guys, 20 minutes and it's done. Look, the broccoli and the sweet potato is going to be done in 11 minutes, 40 minutes, boom, bop, bing. And the ground turkey, which I have to start turning, it's going to be done like in another 20 minutes. Because I want to make sure it's cooking. Look, I'll show you. Let me show you this. Check it out. Boom. Look. This is a ground turkey. See how it's cooking on the inside when you cover it? So now you just mix it. Mix it up. Mix it around. And let it cook on the inside. You guys are overthinking. You guys can't start something and then judge it by not actually going through it. You can't just start something and not finish it. That doesn't work that way. You gotta actually, you have to actually try it out for the duration of whatever it is of the program of the meals that you're doing in order to actually judge it. Too many people out there judge the process before even starting it and in between. You can't do that. You can't do that. There's nothing that you do in life that should be judged at the beginning. It should be judged when you put 110% into it. If you didn't put 110% into the cooking, into the workout, into your body, into your mind, you're never going to succeed. And if you feel the same way you felt 2 months ago, guess what? It's because you don't care about yourself. That's pretty much what it is. Because you're judging the process because you think it's too hard, it's challenging, all that stuff, guys. You got to get over it. Like, seriously, get over your ego mentality, the mindset of oh, this is how I was raised, this is how we eat, this is how we feel, I'm always gonna feel this way, blah 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 blah. That's all I hear. And if you want to feel this way, you want to feel blah, then go out and keep doing what you're doing. But if you're tired of feeling tired, if you feel like weak, if you're always aching in pain, if you're always getting sick, all that has to do with the food that you're eating. So stop making excuses and saying that, oh, I feel this way because I went outside and it was cold outside. Or I you know what, because I did this or I did... No. Eat properly and you're going to feel better. Food is medicine. Always remember that. Food is medicine. I can't stress that enough. But anyway, let me stop ranting around. Already 23 minutes. I said what I had to say. I showed you what I need to show you. Go watch the beginning of it. I pretty much showed you guys how to cut the chicken, how to season it, how to add oil, how to add amino acids, and what I'm doing, I'm gonna broil it. I'm gonna broil it on the oven for 20 minutes to make sure that it cooks on both sides. 10 on one, 10 on the other. No adobo, please, no adobo, guys. Seriously, you're killing yourself with adobo. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode that I just made. If you guys have any questions after I cut off, feel free to ask questions below. But just remember that meal prepping is the key to not only saving your life, but saving your money. And at the end of the day, all of us want to have a savings account. If you go back to your bank and you go to like the spreadsheet that the bank has of the spending report, there's a spending report back there. I guarantee you in the section that says food, it is going to blow your mind. Because remember, sometimes you don't even know where that money's going. And if you're a person that pays cash, whew, so don't forget to add what you actually debit and then the cash that you pay. I'm pretty sure some of you are paying between $5,000 to $1,000 a month on just eating out. No. And you know what? Imagine eating out 5 to 1,000 plus whatever you buy for the house. And if you're Hispanic, the Hispanics that I know, I always see your cabinets full, like from the top to bottom, expired shit. All that stuff is expired. Seriously, guys, why are you gonna buy more food when there's food in there? You must have bought it because you're gonna eat it. So might as well eat it, right? So that's it. That's all I got. If I have more, I'll bring it to you more. But for now, that is my meal prep. You'll see the pictures later. When I'm done, cook. It'll save your life and it'll save your account. Money. We all need money to do other things. So stop eating unhealthy and expect to feel better about yourself. Just because you're going to the gym doesn't mean that the solution is solved. Solution is solved in the kitchen, then the gym. Fitness is 20%. 80% is what you eat. So don't think that, oh, I'm going to the gym and I can eat here, I can eat there. No. If you're still eating the same way you did prior to the gym to during the gym, you're gonna be the exact same way. Yes, you're gonna lose weight. Yes, I get it. You're gonna lose weight. Blah 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 blah. But you're never gonna get to wherever you want to be. You're not gonna feel great about yourself yet. It's a combination. It comes with the package. You gotta make sure that your nutrition matches your fitness. It's a science. There's a science. Once you learn the science behind it, it's a beautiful environment inside of your body, inside of your mind. Your energy levels changes. Your feelings change. Your attitude changes. All that changes, and I'm telling you, guaranteed. So I recommend to highly start cooking your own foods. It's gonna save your money and it's gonna save your life. God bless you all. And always remember to have faith, not fear. Whoop, whoop. Good night.